Okay, we are ready to get started.
I'm so happy that you're here for our transformational talk shop. So, did you wake up with good energy? Did you sleep good? Well, we're going to talk about exactly all of those symptoms. And last month we talked about the hepatic portal, the liver, and we're talking about gut health today. And next month we're going to talk about our digestive system. The reason we chose these three systems is because those make up our GI tract. And that is the basis for health, whether it be good health or not so good health.
Great, and it is a great morning. Thanks, Mom, for that quick introduction. And this is a really nice series. Really, I think that what I've been learning as we've been studying and researching this information is this is really where your health starts, and it's where disease and death begin. So we really want to invite you to listen, take notes today. Each of you that are attending will get a replay of this show today, and it's just a really eye-opening information. There's lots of new research. You're going to hear from two very credible doctors with a lot of integrity about this subject to be able to teach you about that. Before we get started, I want to ask each of you to think about opening your chat window. And in there, you're going to get a quick welcome and some information and some links that you can use to follow. And there they are. This will also be where we share our free meal plan that we promised each of you that are attending live this morning. So thanks for being here. If you've got that chat window open, that will be great to use while we're presenting, and I'll also give you an opportunity to ask some questions and converse with us there on the chat window. So be ready to click on some of those links and make some downloads a little later.
Would like to see you.
You'd like to see me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can arrange that. And I think what I'll do is just take the spotlight off of you, and whomever is talking between you and I will be live. Is that better?
Yes.
Am I up now? Sure.
Yes.
Here we go. Okay. Great. So let's jump right in, guys. This is great information. We may run a little bit long this morning, but please do stick with us. You're going to see some videos and some speaking from two doctors, and we'll talk about those as we get started here. So first of all, I want to introduce ourselves. We are your presenters this morning. We have been associated with Nature Sunshine products for almost 30 years now and got quite a bit of experience and training. So Mom, would you like to give yourself a quick introduction?
Yes, I have been a certified naturopath through lots of training in school, and it's my passion and my purpose. And I see clients locally, and I also love to do personal assessments via Zoom or telephone. And let me introduce Wes. Wes is my oldest son, and he's been an avid herbal specialist and training, and he and his wife and entire family. And he also is my IT person and also a great health coach.
Great. Thanks, Mom. That's really special. I really appreciate it. This is a family affair. And folks, I can tell you there is a lot of passion and integrity behind what we're presenting today. We really believe that this is the truth, that it helps reverse the trends that we're seeing in America and our health and our lifestyles. And we hope this is helpful to you. We do this talk shop once a month, every month, second Saturday of the month, most of the time. Sometimes we'll skip a Saturday, but there's great places that you can go. We shared links in our chat this morning to this area, both our YouTube channel and our Eventbrite channel. You can use those links to be able to follow us and go along and see some of the talk shops that we presented in the past, as well as I think in the chat window, you'll see a link to our Facebook page. And lastly, there's a link in there on the products that we're going to be covering today. So be sure to connect with us. Use those links, follow us. Great ways to ask questions or share with others for that matter, but a lot of great information. Here are the two experts that we're going to hear from today. And folks, we actually know these guys personally. We've listened to them. We've received our training from them in the past. They are associated with Nature Sunshine, have been associated with Nature Sunshine's Medical and Scientific Advisory Board. And these guys really do bring some very integrative approaches to preventive health. So as I'm accepting a couple of folks that are coming in the room right now, first is Dr. Hugo, and I'm not sure I spelled his name right, Mel. It's not Hogo, it's Hugo Rodier. And he is just a pioneer physician in integrative health. And secondly, you're going to hear from Dr. Jay Vandenheuvel. And Dr. Jay is a PhD. He has a doctorate in integrative medicine. He's a PhD of naturopathic doctor and holistic health sciences. These guys are going to bring a ton of information today, and we hope that they'll bring some credibility and integrity to our presentation. So every presentation and everything that we do with natural health and our approach is this approach. It's very simple. There are 4 pillars that Nature Sunshine helps us with their education to understand how to approach our preventive and natural wellness. And it's based on daily essentials, cleansing and detoxing, body composition and the microbiome, which is where we're talking about today, and targeted care. So you see there on the left, on the right, body systems, that's where targeted care comes in. And when we look at these systems, we understand that when they work in harmony and work synergistically together, we maintain optimal health.
The ABCs of natural health. You know, good natural health really is more than just physical. So it's important to activate the healing process through positive mental attitude, through our emotions. And once we work on that, building every part of us needs to replenish essential nutrients. And then we need to cleanse and detox, which again is what we're going to talk about today. And when we need direct care, there may be a specific system in your body that needs a little direct attention. And these are the ABCDs of natural health.
Awesome. Thanks, Mom. So this is an important slide today. And there's a couple of reasons why. But you can see there, this is one of the pillars to optimal health. And across America today, we are seeing that 85% of Americans are missing these in their daily lifestyles. So pay close attention to the 7 different product categories there that we're talking about: vitamins and minerals. We all know that essential fats are important for our good cholesterol and the health of our cells, antioxidants that help reduce and remove those free radicals in our system. And then the last 4 here: fiber, enzymes, probiotics, and protein. So while this presentation is focused on the microbiome and the health of our gut, it shouldn't surprise you that 4 of the daily essentials, 4 of the 7 daily essentials are actually covered in this program today. So while it's just kind of focused on targeted care and the microbiome, we're utilizing 4 of the daily essentials that everyone should really take a moment to think about. Are these in your daily lifestyle and in your diet, and how are they helping you prevent the onset of disease and poor wellness? So this is the story today. So in the chat window, maybe you can say yes if you're ready to drastically improve your overall health and reduce inflammation and improve your immune system functions. Listen, we're all in this. This is our life. This is our lives that we're talking about here, and others' lives that we might want to share with. The science and the research that we're going to learn about and hear about today is about how to replenish and rebalance the microbiome. And I can tell you from personal experience in my own walk in the last 8 months that I've been able to use this exact program to maintain and lose unnecessary weight gain. And I'm also helping to lower my blood sugar levels and improve my cholesterol. So what we're going to learn about today is the Purify 2.0 system that Nature Sunshine has. It is known and has been proven to create lasting results in as little as 7 days. And folks, there is science to back it up. This isn't just hype. And lastly, at the end of the presentation today, you're going to get a great meal plan that you're going to enjoy reading and following along and improving your daily lifestyles. So let's take a minute and watch this quick video. And this is going to be a quick introduction to the microbiome.
Something fascinating is happening inside you. Right now, 100 trillion microscopic creatures are living and working in your body. It's true. In fact, only 10% of your cells contain your human DNA. The other 90% of you is bacteria, fungi, and microflora. It's a complex, microscopic social network, and it's called your microbiome. Everyone has a microbiome containing more than 10,000 species. Now, more than ever, scientists are understanding these species and discovering how they affect your health. New science is proving that your microbiome directly affects your heart, your skin, and all your favorite organs. It affects your weight, your ability to exercise, and how you metabolize food. It can even affect your memory and your emotions. Too many of today's healthcare dollars are being wasted on battles against what we now know are simply the results of an imbalanced microbiome. But now, armed with a better than ever understanding of the microbiome, these battles can be won as we target health at its core.
So let's listen to
Something fascinating.
Let's listen to Dr. Hugo Rodier talk about, just for 3 minutes here, the microbiome and the new science and research that is being shared along medical journals today.
A whole lot of you already know this, but the main thing I want to point out today is how the medical literature on cover issues of the best of journals is exploding with the simple understanding that the gut bacteria, the organisms that live in the gut, are running the show. And this is no hyperbole. This is absolutely what you have found in your own clinics, in your own practices. You heal the gut, and a whole lot of things get better. So from the journal Nature to the journal Science, the gastroenterology journals, we're seeing a whole lot of articles and research, and doctors are finally catching on. Not a day goes by that I hear a patient or a doctor saying, Hugo, you were right when you started 3 decades ago talking about this. This came out in May. A whole lot of...
Uh-oh, my apologies. Let me see if I can fast forward here and continue that good information that he's sharing there. Or maybe I can just fill in for him here. So this came out in May of last year. He's talking about the standard American diet and how the gut is actually battered and challenged by poor diet, high in sugar, low in fiber, and not enough vegetables, too many trans fats. And the outcome that he's pointing out here is really leading to the idea of how we become less permeable in our intestinal tract. And when that happens, it creates a leaky gut scenario that's leading to an issue called dysbiosis. And this is actually where endotoxins are leaking through our intestines and into our bloodstream and just setting off a chain reaction into a lot of different diseases and how they begin.
The gut's role in detoxification is absolutely important. Now, the gut flora can detoxify just like the liver. But if we leave that alone, that's not enough, because that will put an extra burden on the liver. And we need them to work synergistically in order to create perfect balance. And I want to add that dysbiosis is inflammation.
So take a look at what we've just talked about here. The average national daily calorie consumption, over 3,700 calories. Globally, that consumption is around 2,800. We're seeing overweight and obesity in our children of 33%. Global overweight and obesity in children is at 12%. Annual sugar consumption, look at this, guys, 142 pounds per person per year. That's unheard of. And the national percentage of fast food as part of our daily diet, 55%. No wonder the gut is struggling to stay healthy. No wonder we're seeing so many different declines across America in our health. So talk about the intestinal system, which is where the gut flora live. Your diet directly influences the diversity of healthy microbes in your intestines. You're going to hear Dr. J talk about this today. The buildup produces toxins and enters the blood system through our circulation, and it's poisoning us. The overwhelming stress in our lives creates a body where we're struggling to eliminate all these different toxins that accumulate in our cells.
Symptoms. Do you have any of these? Headaches, indigestion, chronic fatigue. Did you wake up refreshed this morning? Do you have joint pains, constipation, bad breath? It's amazing how many symptoms can be absolutely attributed to an unhealthy intestinal system.
It all starts with your lifestyle. So are you ready to make a meaningful change? Or maybe you've already made a meaningful change and you want to share your success and testimony with someone. Think about some of these questions you might ask others or yourself. Do you have a stressful lifestyle? Are you exercising at least 3 times a week? I know we've heard all this before. Do you eat a size of deck of cards and red meat more than 3 times a week? Are you dealing with some pounds that you'd like to lose? Or do you eat a lot of fried foods, processed meats, less than 5 to 7 servings of fruits and vegetables a day? You know, when I read that the other day, Mom, I thought about this. I actually went out and purchased myself a NutriBullet. And sure, I'm giving them a plug here, but that helps me create a smoothie in the middle afternoon where I'm getting at least 3 cups of servings, which is about 4 or 5 servings of my fruits and vegetables every day. And it's a simple way to create a smoothie and make sure I get that piece of my diet and lifestyle covered every day. Fiber, big deal here, guys. If you don't know that you should be consuming 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day, then you're really missing out on the key, one of the major keys to intestinal health. So here's a good tip. 1 apple contains 5 grams of fiber. How healthy are your intestines and colon? Are you dealing with some weight problems or some overweight? Do you suffer from gas and bloating and excessive fullness after meals, cramping, diarrhea, heartburn? You can see all the symptoms here. These are all the messages that your body and mind are getting to say that something is not balanced, something's not working in harmony. And the truth is, you're likely experiencing these after dealing with some poor lifestyle habits over years and years. Now, again, I'm not trying to downplay all of us. I know that we all want to take good care of ourselves, and we do a good job, and we do the best that we can. But we just want to make you aware that when you get an outward symptom, there's a root cause that's connected with that symptom. And that's the point we're trying to help you make here. So listen, there's mountains of new information that are coming out as we speak. The research on the topic of the microbiome has actually exploded. And so in this next presentation with Dr. J, you're going to begin to learn about the risk for digestive disorders, what disturbs the microbiome. And the primary goal is to actually restore tone and integrity to the intestinal membranes and to reopen the colon repopulate the colon with friendly bacteria. And Mom, I thought I'd add here too, and you might want to jump in. Can you talk about the importance of alkalinity in this scenario?
Absolutely. We refer to the acid alkaline balance as our pH balance. And when we're too acid, that creates inflammation and reduces the permeability of that colon wall. And it also increases symptoms. So it's very important to be balanced, to have your pH balanced. And alkaline foods are those live foods, the raw vegetables and raw fruits that will keep that in perfect balance.
That's fantastic. So the meal plan you're going to get a little later today is going to give you some great options for choices about those live alkaline foods. All right, this next slide is really important, and it's very important to understand what we're talking about, and what we're teaching you about is the dysfunction of the gut, okay? So the way we're living our lives is distorting our physiology. It leads to changes in the microbiome and the prevalence of good bacteria in our bodies. More importantly, it creates a leaky gut scenario and allows endotoxins to seep into our blood system. So what this graphic is actually exemplifying here is there's stages that you go through as you see degradation in the gut or microbiome, dysfunction, if you will. And so it starts with their diet, and over time, well, I should back up a little bit. So this slide is actually giving you a scenario of what might happen over time. And Mom shared with me earlier today that you could be experiencing one of these stages over a period of up to 7 years before you actually experience the outward symptom. So you have to understand this is not a quick turnaround to create the problem, and it can be a fairly quick turnaround to solve the problem once you solve the dysfunction of the gut. So high carbohydrate diets, they lead to the initial changes in the microbiome and the unbalance in our good flora, which leads to that inflammation and leaky gut scenario that creates endotoxemia, which is these endotoxins leaking into our blood system. And that leads to building more inflammation. And listen, this is a key one right here, because there's an epidemic going on in the country with diabetes, and insulin resistance is a major outcome of a leaky gut scenario. And then you'll begin to experience metabolic dysfunction, which leads to overweight. I can't hardly pronounce this, but I'll try. Dyslipidemia, diabetes, and CVD. Did I do okay with that, Mom?
Yes, and that's another word for cholesterol.
High cholesterol. Great. Okay.
Yes.
So let's go into actually a 10-minute presentation where we'll take a break and turn the floor over to Dr. Jay Vanden Heuvel, which is going to give you a great presentation and an overview of the microbiome.
What is the microbiome? Again, a symbiotic colony of you, plus the bacteria in your body, mostly the intestines, about 95%. So we need them, they need us. We want that in balance. We want good guys, not bad guys. There's about 100 trillion of these single-celled organisms that call your body home. And, you know, they want you to survive. They want you to propagate. They want you to be longevity. And they outnumber your human cells 10 to 1. So why am I telling you that? I think it's important that you understand how you feed them, how you treat them, how you start thinking of yourself as having this universe of microbes in your body that are living and acting and going about their daily tasks is very important to your overall health. I always say in natural health, when all else fails, return to the guts. This diagram here, you see in the middle, picture of the guts. Here's the stomach and small intestine, large intestine. And we know that there aren't a lot of bacteria living in the stomach because it's very acidic. Stomach is so acidic, you could dissolve a razor blade in 3 days. I don't recommend that you do that, but you get the idea. Down in the intestines, very more alkaline environment, is where these bacteria are found, and they're found throughout the system. If we follow this, going to the right upper corner, we notice that they help make vitamins. So if we didn't have them, there would be certain vitamins that we would not get enough of. Also down here on the right, you see immune system development. So there's a lot going on as far as what's happening to our immune systems. Hint, hint, I'll get to that in a minute. Down here, you see metabolism of toxic compounds. So we know these bacteria are making vitamins, they're keeping our immune system healthy and working correctly. They're also getting rid of nasty chemicals and poisons. So it's important that we keep that population in the right way. Way up here in the left-hand corner, digestion of food. You'll see a video tonight of what I mean by probiotics helping us digest food and producing beneficial metabolites. The interesting part is the lower left-hand corner. I want you to look at that picture. I want you to memorize this picture. This is a microscopy picture of the inside of the intestines or intestinal wall. What you see with these little bumps are something called villi. They inhabit the intestinal lining. And the bacteria live on the surface in the nooks and crannies of this intestine. And this is nice and pink and shiny and beautiful. It's not red, it's not irritated, it's not full of gook. This is a happy home. This is a good place for microbes to live. And so anything that's going to compromise that can compromise your ability to absorb. Keep that in mind. This is fascinating as we look at bacterial communication. This is brand new science. We found out that bacteria employ electrical signaling the same way your brain works. In other words, you've got all of these critters inside of you that are talking to each other, living in a universe, a colony, a neighborhood, and they may be ancient, but they're far from primitive. They behave collectively. They share nutrients with each other. They move as a colony. They'll even commit suicide for the greater good of the colony and for the greater good of you. So it's an amazing thing when you think about that, how we take that for granted of what's really happening in our bodies. And these things, again, work with us and coexist with us. The benefits of a healthy super microbiome is it's going to affect and direct the immune system. So if we look at that for a second, all kinds of emerging science and literature is talking about, I think we're starting to understand where allergies come from. And it's not just food allergies, but even environmental. We're also seeing how powerful this microbiome is in play with the immune system. Like I said, I've been in medicine for a long time. It's always baffled people on why autoimmune disorders happen in the first place. I think as we go through this webinar, you'll be thinking about that completely different by the end. I talked before about most of the time being told things are genetic. That's not necessarily true. You can have a gene for something, a predisposition, you know, a certain disease may run in your family, but it's epigenomes that switch that gene on or off, and it's a much larger part of what happens to us. Epigenomes are influenced by our lifestyle, stress, and the environment, but it plays a very important role as to whether those genes that could cause a problem in you ever turn on, if at all. So the happier the microbiome, the less influence you'll have on genetic markers. I hope that makes sense. Also regulating our metabolism. That's our energy, it's our function. Metabolism is everything. It's all kinds of things. It's your hormones, it's your immune system, it's your skin, it's your respiratory system, it's your brain. It's every part of you. So if that metabolism is off in any way, shape, or form, so is the rest of you. And again, guess who regulates that? It's the microbiome. They also have a majority of chemicals in blood that come from the microbiome, like antioxidants. So if we want good skin, healthy skin, the best skin, that's not going to come from an antibiotic. That's going to come from changing the microbiome. If we want good regular bowels, we want to protect our DNA, which is important. We don't want the big C. We got to have a good microbiome. So already you should be thinking, hey, I got to think before I eat. Also modifies our neuroendocrine response and behavior. Our CNS, or central nervous system. You know, what does that mean? Again, you'll see this as we go forward. So there's a lot going on here. And I mentioned that central nervous system, we'll use Homer as an example. The gut-brain relationship. It exposed evidence that the microbiome has a great influence on the brain itself, and that affects our behavior, good or bad. So whatever's happening in the guts is going to make the brain do something, either good or bad. And we have a lot of these kinds of problems, and it's a huge burden on society. We all see what's going on in the news, and we wonder why people get this way. Maybe it's their biome. I don't know. But sure, it makes you really start wondering what's going on here. And that's because up in our brain, we can make decisions. Part of your brain may say you should eat broccoli, and the other part of the brain may want you to eat a donut. You need to stop and think which one is going to create a good biome and which one is going to destroy that biome. And in return, we now know that's going to affect how your brain even functions, including things like sleep or cortisol production, which leads to a large belly. So it's not rocket science when we start understanding. We're looking in the wrong place a lot of times when we're trying to tackle these problems. So what disrupts our microbiome? It's common sense. Stress, severe illness, abuse of antibiotics used over long periods of time, antibiotics in our meat, antibiotics in our dairy, prescriptions. There are even antibiotics in our toothpaste, our water supply. All that's doing is wiping out the microbiome, and that makes room for antibiotic-resistant organisms and all kinds of nasty critters. Chemicals, preservatives, additives in food, environmental toxicants. We've got the standard American diet or SAD diet, poor carbs, lots of saturated fats, low fiber, excess alcohol. All of those things are going to make the biome go in the wrong direction. We're even overly concerned with dirt. Everybody's worried about dirt. I got news for you. A little dirt doesn't hurt. You got to think about our ancestors, right? They used to take a carrot out of the garden, shake off the dirt, wash it a little bit, but they wouldn't peel it. They just eat the carrot, and of course they'd eat the green top as well. Nowadays, we take a carrot out, we wash it 10,000 times, and we soak it in hydrogen peroxide, and then we peel it, and then we throw the green part away. You know, so we've become very sanitary, almost to the point where sometimes it can even affect what's going on with our biome in a negative way. Long term, if we have a poor microbiome, there's a lot of stuff going on. Very, very what I call deep connections. So bacterial peptides stimulate macrophages. That's just one word of saying good bacteria, bad bacteria is going to affect on how your immune system works, whether good or bad, whether you create inflammation or do not. One thing we do know, something called gram-negative bacteria, these are the bad guys, will start putting out toxins, and these are seen in the form of something called lipopolysaccharides, or LPS. And they come from the cell walls of these gram-negative bacteria sitting on top of that villi, and we're absorbing that, and it's getting into our systems. And so when we have that's a huge problem. Probably all the people that are listening to tonight, I don't think have had their LPS levels checked recently. Isn't that interesting that that's not a standard test? Increased LPS promotes pro-inflammatory concentrations of cytokines. In other words, we're on fire. If we've got a lot of LPS in the blood, it's coming from the microbiome. It's a poor microbiome, and we're going to have owies. Yeah, like how do you explain when your whole body's on fire? You got chronic arthritis and even autoimmune rheumatoid arthritis. We're starting to understand there's a strong connection back to this biome. It even controls our cortisol levels, and the results are not limited to anxiety, depression, impaired long-term memory, and the most important, leaky gut.
Mom, are you taking this one?
I am. Leaky gut is the big picture. Go back to what Dr. J just showed us, that picture in the lower left of those pink, nice little cells in the colon that are real tight and close together and healthy and happy. And then look at this GI inflammation and the space between those cells. That's when the permeability has been affected, and then inflammation changes, and those toxins now leak into the bloodstream. And that is a major concern. It sends danger signals and puts our immune system on full alert, and the immune system doesn't get a chance to rest and build and strengthen.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, this is a very demonstrative graphic here. Look at the causes. These are the root causes that we talked about: stress, toxicity in our bloodstream and environment, whether it's the air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink. Look at the food particles and pesticides. Look at drugs and antibiotics, the pathogens that are created when this happens, and the malfunction that happens in our liver and other organs. And the symptoms are what you're seeing there at the bottom. It's a nutrient malabsorption, autoimmunity problems, food intolerance, the blood-brain barrier is breached. Try to say that 4 times in a row. And it's an overall leaky gut. Is exactly what this microbiome and all the research is beginning to find out is the core of many of the things that we're facing. So I hope you've learned a little bit about the importance of the microbiome up to this point. It really is. We've tried to use the research and our doctors to help us paint a very clear picture for you. And I think you can start putting the A, B, C, Ds of natural health together here. So as we're going forward, we're going to begin to start looking at some different solutions that Nature's Sunshine provides. And we're going to talk to you about why Nature's Sunshine, we believe, is one of the most higher quality products on the market and products that you can trust because they're actually backed up by science. So as we move into this next slide, it's a quick introduction and a 6-minute video to Nature's Sunshine's Purify 2.0.
This is the world we live in today, a world that's sadly more toxic than ever before. A recent CDC study estimates that we are exposed to 6 million pounds of mercury and 2.5 billion pounds of chemicals each year in our air, water, and food. Many of us may think that this doesn't impact our lives, but a new CDC report found that every human on the planet carries a toxic burden. In fact, the report found as many as 420 highly harmful chemicals in our blood, urine, and hair. So the question isn't if you're toxic, but how toxic are you? The next question is obvious. As we're all toxic, how are these toxins impacting our health? We know and see health statistics every day that are both sobering and alarming. Annually, $3.5 trillion are spent globally just to manage heart disease, blood sugar, and weight-related issues. Additionally, 71 million people are at risk for heart concerns, and 29 million are at risk for unhealthy blood sugar in the US alone. Disturbingly, the numbers continue to grow, despite an endless parade of so-called solutions. Could it be that these issues are actually just symptoms of a deeper issue? Science is saying that may be the case. Recent findings from scientific research across the globe have revealed that poor gut health, driven by our toxic world and poor lifestyle choice, is the root cause for many of today's health challenges. You see, we are only 10% human. Up to 90% of the cells in our bodies are actually bacteria, fungi, and other microbes. And most of them live in and are influenced by the gut. In turn, these microbes influence many key body functions, including cardiovascular, respiratory, neurological, glandular, and immune function, as well as blood sugar, skin, weight, emotions, energy, and much more. The toxic burden of our modern world, together with stress, poor diet, and lifestyle choices, disrupts the healthy balance of bacteria in the gut in each of us, leading to poor health. As bad bacteria dominate the gut, they produce endotoxins that weaken and damage the gut lining, allowing food and toxins to escape. As toxins spread through the body, they impair healthy body function and create a fertile path to poor health. Unfortunately, this is happening to everyone on the planet. Well, now everyone can stand up to a toxic world and feel vibrant and pure again, because Nature's Sunshine has developed an effective, clinically studied, patent-pending 4-week program to put you on the path to a healthier, purified new you. Introducing Purify 2.0, a breakthrough comprehensive program to detoxify the body, strengthen the gut lining, and restore balance to the gut. This unique combination of natural products lays the foundation for total health by creating a purified, healthy gut microbiome that supports healthy function throughout the body.
Before Purify 2.0, my health was okay, but I frequently felt tired. On the program, I felt more energy, happier, and more positive about life in general. I also saw my key health markers improve. My cholesterol and blood pressure went down. I lost 14 pounds. Overall, I feel younger and more healthy.
Our own clinical study of Purify 2.0 revealed astounding results. Participants following the program, a meal plan, and light activity saw benefits in as little as 7 days. And after 4 weeks of detoxifying with Purify 2.0, they increased heavy metal elimination up to 76%, reduced gut inflammation by 35%, reduced cardiovascular risk by 22%, improved liver function by 21%, and most importantly, these participants reported a 42% improvement in measures of general health, energy, and mental focus.
Prior to starting Purify 2.0, I was in pretty good shape but felt tired and sluggish in the afternoon. I would even sometimes fall asleep at work. But after the program, I had way more energy to play with my kids and to enjoy life as much as possible. My blood sugar levels went down, my bad cholesterol went way down, my skin issues cleared up. Being healthy feels good mentally and physically.
Clearly, the Purify 2.0 system is a true game changer for anyone and everyone living in today's toxic world. The program features Ultrabiome DTX to support heavy metal elimination, purification of the gut, gut barrier support, and the healthy balance beneficial bacteria, Bacillus coagulans, a probiotic that provides friendly bacteria to nourish and strengthen the gut biome. Love and Peace protein to strengthen the gut while building lean muscle mass as part of a healthy diet and exercise program. And Rejuvenate to produce superior levels of nitric oxide, which can improve energy, stamina, brain circulation, and general blood flow. Research has shown that detoxifying the body and restoring good gut health is the best way to achieve and maintain optimal health.
Before Purify 2.0, I felt bad, just horrible, and I needed to get back on a better track. Well, after the program, my energy was better. I lost some weight, felt less bloating, and I was even coping better with everyday stress. I was sleeping better and even needing less sleep.
As it has for over 40 years, Nature's Sunshine has combined the very best of nature's remedies and leading-edge scientific knowledge to produce another innovative program to help improve the health and well-being of our customers worldwide. So if you're ready to detoxify, restore gut health, regain energy and focus, and just want to feel better and feel younger, then you're ready for Nature's Sunshine's clinically tested, patent-pending Purify 2.0. So stand up to a toxic world. Live vibrant. Get purified.
This is an awesome bit of information that I want to review. The 420 number. Those are harmful chemicals. The 200 that have been identified in the bloodstream of newborns. Yes, we do live in a toxic world. And there are billions and millions of dollars spent to treat symptoms. And we want to teach you and encourage you to let's get to the cause.
So guys, everyone got a link to the toxicity assessment in one of your confirmation emails, but I have just loaded it in the chat window. Feel free to open that window and download that file for yourself. We'd love for you to take the questionnaire. It's one page. And if there's questions that you might have after this presentation, we invite you to reply to one of our emails and reach out to us. We'd be happy to talk to you more about some of the answers that your assessment actually revealed and maybe questions that it may have raised for you. So this is the Purify 2.0 system. You heard that it's not only backed up by science, but it's patent pending. The Hughes Center for Research has really shown up here in their ability to develop and formulate these products in a way that they create proven results. And these results help purify the gut and balance your bacterial flora, increase feelings of energy and vitality, enhance circulatory and heart health function, and of course supports gut health and essential proteins and nutrients. So we've also provided a link in that chat window to the products that we'll be sharing with you. here, and certainly want you to drop by that link. And I'm going to see if I can copy it again real quick while I'm right here and post it. This is a great way. Let me see if I can get the right part of this chat here to work for me. Excuse me, just a second. It's a great way for you to follow that link right directly to Nature's Sunshine, where we've actually created a page that you can review each one of these products for yourself. The results, you ask? Well, here they are. They talked about it in the video, and they're backed up by science through clinical results of this patented 4-week program. Now, the results there speak for themselves. Increased health elimination of toxins at 76%, lowers the gut inflammation by 35%, reduces cardiovascular disease, helps improve liver function, and increased energy. It's quite amazing, and frankly, I want to share just a quick testimony here. I've mentioned this on a couple of talk shops recently, but I myself certainly am human and have to make sure that I'm aware of my lifestyle as well. And at the onset of this pandemic that we've been facing and some stressors in my life, I began to see some health issues rise back in July. And I started this program after making some serious changes in my diet to come to help approach some blood sugar and some hypertension issues that were showing up in my lifestyle. And I tell you, I've seen the results. I've experienced each one of these. As a matter of fact, after 2 weeks on the program that we're sharing today, I have lost 14 pounds. That I am feeling more energetic, and my mind and my brain is more clear. I'm able to make better sleep during the night and get restful sleep. And so I just want you to know that the things that I'm experiencing, I've seen my hypertension level off and not become an issue anymore. Certainly, I know that my gut flora is increased because I've been focusing on my good probiotics, which are actually one of the 7 essentials. So here's the product combination. The first step you might take is a 2-week base kit. I just want to share with you that you can go to the Nature Sunshine link that I shared in chat, and you can go right into that to learn. Because this product is actually prepackaged, the $128 price there is a member price. When you sign up in the first purchase, you'll get a 25% savings. And on the purchases going forward, we'll talk about some of those benefits as well. Free shipping on each one of these shipments as well. Great, great product line. Mom, do you want to add anything?
I agree with you. This is it's one of those proven packages of nutrients. And if we would eat enough of the foods to do this, it would take an amazing amount of food to get the nutrients and the correct nutrients and the correct ratios that is in this package.
Absolutely. So notice also that the bottle in the middle is one of the daily essentials. Mm-hmm. And so we want to talk about a few of the other daily essentials. They mentioned the protein drinks and meal replacements. Great way to maintain your caloric intake and to have a good way to engage your metabolism with a good shot of protein each morning. And this is the pea protein. I happen to like this very one because there's no sugar added to this. So it's great for my blood sugar levels. And there's a great little review here by one of our folks that have shared this online. They've tried many other protein products, but this one by far was the best. She loves it for the flavor and the fact that it's sugar-free and also keeps for full up to 4 hours.
I would add that this is an easy way to add some extra fiber that we're going to talk about in a minute. But no, this is dairy-free, gluten-free, lactose-free, soy-free. It's a base of vegetables.
Absolutely. Also, one of the 7 daily essentials. So are you ready for something free? Well, here we go, folks. I don't know how many people are downloading or having success with our files, but I hope you are. The first thing we're going to share is the Purify booklet here, and it's got a great guide for you to use in making some choices for your meals. And man, it's just super great information. You can see this: add more lean protein and vegetables to your diet. drink the protein shakes that we're sharing. Choose healthy snacks, skip the soda, walk at least 2,500 steps a day. And remember, you're in this for life, your life. As an added bonus, we're going to share a second meal plan with you. Only those that are attending live today are getting these great products. So make sure that you share with others about our talk shops each month. So this is a weight management meal plan. It's the essential food plan. It's a little more lengthy, but it gives you a great introduction and guidance through your daily and weekly choices for your meals. So do enjoy those free giveaways. Make sure that you open your chat window and download those files as we're talking. We'll also send them out to those of you that have attended live today by email once we follow up with you. Okay? Here's a couple of other of your 7 daily essentials that you might consider adding to healthy gut products and healthy gut maintaining. This is 5 grams of total fiber in every serving. It's a great price. Many individuals are well short of this daily fiber recommendation. Localo is enriched with vegetables and fruit ingredients that add to your daily nutrient intake. Something I use every day. I add it to my protein drink, and boy, I enjoy the benefits. This is something of one of the daily essentials that you might consider adding to your diet after your 2-week program, and this is Proactizyme. It is a collection of different enzymes that help specialize in breaking down food and converting it to energy. Sometimes our bodies just don't make enough, and we need help. And enzymes are known as the spark of life. They're the way to help maintain good alkalinity and a healthy intestinal tract. Super Trio covers the top 3 daily essentials that you'll also want to consider over time adding to your diet and lifestyle choices. This provides 3 of the daily essentials: your vitamins and minerals, your healthy essential fats, and a great supply of antioxidants that promote vitality and longevity. So these are just products that we want you to see and know about. They're all included in the link that we shared with you. And so we encourage you to go by and check out and shop for your own and learn more about these. I'd like to turn this over to you, Mom.
Sure. So why don't we talk about Nature's Sunshine? I'll share a little testimony from me. When I first started learning, and I had dealt with diagnosed severe diverticulitis for over 10 years, then I started learning and doing research about purity, potency, and of course, best price. And Nature's Sunshine was the one that came up and filled all of those requirements. So the products are pure, potent, and proven. The Hughes Research and Innovation Center is on-site, scientifically group of doctors and PhDs and herbalists that really do a good job in backing up what we have with science. Self-manufacturing, you know, if you want something done really good, sometimes you want to do it yourself. And Nature's Sunshine does that. The brand new website is awesome for benefits, more than what we've been able to talk about today. So we look forward to answering your questions and to absolutely creating a relationship with you to help you toward optimal health.
Fantastic. Thanks, Mother. And guys, we just really do have a passion. We've enjoyed spending some time with you this morning. We want to pause here just for a few moments to see if, in fact, you want to unmute yourself or ask any questions or make some comments. This is a time to kind of get some feedback from us before we wrap up.
Can we see everyone?
Not sure that's possible.
Okay.
I'll give it a shot. Any thoughts or ideas or questions anyone would like to share? And if not, that's okay.
This is Carol.
Hi, Carol.
I've known about this program, and this is really encouraging. I really want to try it, you know. So I think I will. I've used Rejuvenate, I've used Love and Peas, and I've used the Bacillus coagulans. So I just kind of need to put it all together in a program.
Yeah, if I had to make a suggestion, Carol, I know that you've been with us for a while and enjoyed these products and the results they provide. The Ultrabiome Detox, you can buy that individually if you already have some of these products in your pantry. And that's really the key to this. It's really what kind of turned around my scenario. And boy, I can't tell you how amazed I was at the weight dropping. I was just blown away with that. So it started with the detoxing, and that microbiome detox. Like I said, you can buy that individually. You don't have to necessarily buy the package. And those daily essentials, I think, are a part of many of our purchase for Subscribe and Thrive each month. And so, just encourage you to jump on Nature Sunshine site and learn more about those options there.
Yeah, thank you. That's good information because I've not tried the Ultrabiome Detox, so I need to order that.
Yeah, it's great. It tastes great. It's not bad at all. And
oh, is it a liquid or a powder? Or?
It's actually a powder that you'll add to water. I actually add it to my bottle of water, and then I shake my bottle of water and get it dissolved really well. Then I actually pour it over ice and drink it, and it's even better.
Okay, thank you.
Carol, it has pineapple base.
Oh, yummy.
Yes.
Yeah. Any other thoughts or questions? All right, super guys. Listen, we love that you joined us this morning. Thanks for taking an hour out of your life. We hope that this was one of the most important hours of your life. I can assure you that we've got information that we'd love to share. Reach out to us for any other questions as we wrap up, and look for an email with your bonuses attached here within the next day or so. Okay?
Thank you guys so much.
All right, you're welcome.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much, guys. Have a great day and weekend. Stay warm.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.